Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Death in Wayanad. What is behind the Kerala's rising human-wildlife conflict? So there is alarming rise of human-wildlife conflict in Kerala. The reason for it and why it is happening and what is the initiative that has been done by the government, we will look into it. These are all that is the reason why it has appeared in the newspaper today. First, we will look into how the news has been related with examination. Under prelims, the news is related to general issues on environmental ecology and biodiversity, climate change that doesn't require subject specialization. Similarly, under GS paper 3, through a major topic environment, through a subtopic called conservation, environmental pollution, degradation and environmental impact assessment. So this is how the news is related to examination. So let's look into the details of the news. The elephant in Wayanad has chased and trampled the man, who is the 47-year-old man, and it has led to the protest by the people for demanding action by the forest department to take a precautionary action to avoid the human-wildlife conflict in the future time period. And what is the Kerala's human-wildlife conflict is? What is the details involved in it is? See, of the state's total 14 districts, 13 have reported the increased incidence of wild animals conflicts, and mainly the wildlife like elephants, tigers, bison, wild boars are the major wild animals those that are attacking the humans. And in that, Wayanad, Kannur, Palakkad and Idukki are the worst hits, are the worst performing districts where the human wildlife conflicts are higher when compared to the other districts. And what is the government data for 2022-23 is saying is that 8,873 wild animal attack have taken place in the state, and in that 4,193 were by the elephant attack, and then remaining 1,524 were by wild boar, and 193 by tigers, and 244 by leopards, and 32 by bisons. So these are all the split up in the different wildlife human conflict. So a total of 98 deaths were reported in this period, 27 of which were coming from elephant attacks. And animals, especially the rampaging elephants, have also been responsible for the agricultural losses because of the damages they are doing for the crops. And between 2017 and 23, Kerala saw 20,957 incidents of crop losses due to raids by wild animals, in which 1,599 domesticated animals, mainly cattle, which is used for the dairy production, were also killed. So which is indirectly affecting the livelihoods of farmers. And Wayanad is the topmost worst performing district in terms of wildlife human conflict. So why it is? What is the reason for it? We will look into it. So forest cover of the Wayanad is 36.48%. In that, 41 people have been killed in elephant attacks, 7 other by the tiger over a decade. And the geographical location of the district also plays a main role into it. Why? Because the forests of the Wayanad are the part of greater forested area, that is the area comprising of Naharol Tiger Reserve, Bandipur Tiger Reserve, BR Tiger Reserve in Karnataka, and then Mudumalai Tiger Reserve and Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve in Tamil Nadu. So these are all so Wayanad area is coming under the convergence of these different types of national parks, which is present across different states like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. That is the reason why it is acting as an ecosystem. The Wayanad is rich in the ecosystem. That is the reason why more number of wild animals are seen there, which is in turn leading to more number of wildlife human conflicts. So what is the why there is a fall in quality of the Kerala forest is, see, according to 2018 study conducted by Wildlife Institute of India and then Periyar Tiger Conservation Foundation in Kerala, what they have found is that two major drivers for the human wildlife conflict in the state. The first is there is a decline in quality of forest habitat. So why there is a decline in quality of forest habitat? It is due to cultivation of alien species such as acacia, mangium as well as eucalyptus in the forest tracts. And they have been cultivated mainly for the commercial purpose. And nearly 30,000 hectares of this plant species were planted in the Wayanad, as not only in Wayanad, across the different districts in Kerala. Then that is the reason why there is a fall in the quality of the Kerala's forest, and because of this the animals are deprived of their natural habitat. And then these are the water guzzling species that they will be extracting more amount of waters, as a result of which they strain other for the natural water ecosystem, which in turn is affecting the wildlife that is living there. And the invasive species such as lantana camera and Micania and Sina have been planted by forest departments. They are also hinder the natural vegetation growth in the forest because of the competition for the scarcity of the resource that is present in the forest. And let's look into the agricultural practice. See, the study also find the second driver. What is the second driver that is responsible for the decline in quality of the forest in Kerala is the changing agriculture practice. That is, the changing agricultural practice is drawing more animals into the cropland, because they do not have enough fodder in their habitat, which is being degraded by the commercial farming, or the commercial purpose of the planting the invasive alien species, which we have seen in the previous slide. And owing to the poor returns and high wages in the agriculture, more and more farmland is being left unattended. Because of this unattending the farmland by the farmers, it makes them ideal target for the wildlife, those who are looking for snack on the bananas and pineapples. That is the reason why they are raiding the crops or the farmlands, those that is present besides the forest. And there is an increase in wildlife attacks. Increase in wildlife attacks have also pushed the humans or the farmers, those who are living besides the forest, to the the land which is far away from the forest, as a result of which more amount of land have been unattended by the peoples or the farmers, which in turn acting as a ideal place for the wildlife to go and hunt for their fodders. And there is a crisis in Kerala's farm sectors because of lesser productivity and lower returns. Such kind of thing is leading to the lower amount of reduction in the interest of farmers in the farming activities in the Kerala. That is the reason why they are right now shifting to animal husbandry. Because of this, and the animal husbandry requires maintaining of cattle, which in turn requires more amount of grazing land, which for the grazing purpose, more amount of forest land have also been converted into the grazing land, which in turn is reducing the habitat for the wildlife animals. And in Wayanad, the dairy sector have emerged as the lifeline for villages. These domesticated animals are the prime targets for the wildlife, and because of their reduction in the habitat and fragmentation in the habitat, they are coming into the mainland and they are hunting the domesticated animals, which is mostly of cattle, and they are acting as lifeline for the villages. And other human activities like waste disposal and fragmentation of animal habitat due to wanton construction and then increased human presence is also another reasons for the increased human wildlife conflicts. And what are all the steps taken by the government to address this issue is, see, schemes like construction of elephant proof trenches and animals proof stone walls and solar power electric fencing have been implemented in Kerala, but it hasn't yielded any kind of biggest or positive impact. But in 2020-23 time period, the state conducted maintenance of 158.4 kilometer of elephant proof trenches and constructed 42.6 kilometer of solar fencing and 237 meter of compound walls. To keep the animals in the forest, eco restoration programs have also been undertaken, but they haven't yielded any kind of fruits. The schemes of acquiring lands from the farmers to be converted into forest is also being implemented to increase the habitat for the wildlife, so that they will not be coming into the mainland. And then 15 rapid response teams have been established by the Kerala Forest Department to ensure that there is to prevent any kind of human wildlife conflict. So these are all the different steps being taken by Kerala government with regards to reducing the wildlife animals conflict. And what are all the things which we needed to be further aware of is, we should be aware of Project Tiger, Project Elephant, and what is the objective of it. Secondly, we should also be aware of Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and then what is CITES and IUCN, what is the objective of it, and what are all the schedules that comes under it. So these are all the things which we needed to be further aware of, and with this we have reached the